Hey everyone, my name is Veronica and this is my 40th Flosstube video. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new, Flosstube is videos about mostly people's cross stitch, so that's what mine is about. My channel, Veronica X Stitch, is like 99% about cross stitching and my own journeys through it. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. It's been a couple months since my last video. I don't have much else to say other than life has been busy, work has been busy, and my hobbies, including Flosstube making, come in after family and work. So not much has changed other than I've been doing some stitching, spending lots of time with family around the holidays. By the way, today is Sunday, December 26th, Boxing Day, 2021. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a nice Christmas. We did. My living room's a mess though, so I need to spend some time cleaning up. I am working all week next week, but my husband is taking some time off and my kids have off school, so it's going to kind of be, I think, a relaxing next few days. Work's probably going to be a little quieter because most people are out on PTO before New Year's. So in this video, it's not going to be a normal Flosstube video. Normally I'll show you my current projects as well as I'll talk about, anything that I've purchased. This is really just a WIP Parade. I'll talk a little bit about, at the end, my 2022 plans. But about a year ago I did a WIP Parade, and I just want to show everyone, update everybody on my progress. I will show my progress since my last video, where that exists, and it's been 2 months, so I've touched a few of my projects. I am gonna, when I get into my 2022 plans, I'll also show you my WIPGO board. So I am doing WIPGO. It's like, for those of you who haven't heard of it, WIPGO is like bingo, and Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff will call 2 to 3 of your goals for each month, and you're supposed to work on them, and then make like a bingo if you want, or different people do different things with it. You can set whatever goals you want. So I'll show you some of mine and talk a little bit about that at the end. So mostly I've got my pile of whips and finishes here. I'll get right into it. So brief summary. I've got my notes too. I started 2021 with 9 whips. By the way, WIP is work in progress. In the year 2021, I started 6 projects. I finished 5 projects in 2021, so that leaves me with 10 whips, so net increase of 1. Most of my finishes were small, but I'll show you everything here. The ones that were gifts, I obviously don't have with me, so I'll be inserting a lot of photos and doing a lot of editing to this video. I'm still going to try to aim to get it up at some point today, just because I have to work next week. So first up, I'm going to show you my 5 finishes from 2021 in the order that I've finished them. My first project is, no sense in showing the mock-up picture, right? Super Mario by Choco Coco Stitch. So that is this here. I have not washed or ironed it or fully finished it for that matter, so shame on me, but here that is. It is, by the way, all of my projects will be linked below where possible. Some of them are not available anymore for purchase, but this one's on Etsy, at least last I checked. So check the description box below for details. I started this on May 5th, 2018 for Stitch Mania. I've got several in there, you'll see. Several starts from May of 2018. I finished this on March 20th, 2021. This is on 14 count blue Ada. And actually, I'll hold it over here now to show you my progress since the beginning of the year. So, since I did work on this in the year. And I had no specific goal. This was my travel project. So I was working on this while my son was at his drum lesson. And I would sit there in my car because COVID, they don't let you come into the building, which is fine, and stitch on it. And then that led me to finish it. So my next finish I don't have with me because it was a gift. It's called Festive Bookmarks by Doreen Jones. And I just completed 2 of the bookmarks, the penguins and the polar bears. I started this on April 2nd, 2021 and finished on May 7th, 2021. And I gave this away to Crafty Kara for the StitchCon Smalls Exchange. Well, she randomly picked it. I don't have a before and after because I started and finished it in the year. And I stitched this on 18 count white Aida and finished them back to back as a single bookmark. When my son wanted me to do, North and South Pole, so he thought that would be fun for the cold weather animals. My next finish, this is finish number 3 of 5, was another gift, so I also don't have this with me. This is called Love Paw. I think it's got longer name to it, but it's by My Lovely Cross Stitch on Etsy. I didn't record the start and end dates of this one because it was so small, and my kids helped me stitch on it. I think I started and finished it both in July. Might have finished it in August. I gave it to the recipient in August, who was a teacher friend of ours who taught both of my kids. And this was on 14 count white Aida. And the finishing is in a one of those Mill Hill 6-inch frames. And my kids, one of my sons painted little paw. Actually, they both painted little paw prints around the edges. So all of the other things that I have to show you are here with me. My next finish in 2021. I've got 2 in this bag. Okay, yeah. This is Spirited Away by LK Cross or Elko Cross. I started this on May 8th, 2018 for Stitch Mania. Finished it on August 20th, 2021. This is on a 32 count taupe Lugana from 123 Stitch. I don't know if you can buy that fabric anymore. I've heard somebody say you can't. So here's my progress from the beginning of the year where I had just, I think, her head done. My goal was to just do the letters and haku, which is the kind of peachy colored stuff over here, which obviously I finished the project, so I accomplished that goal. But yeah, so I changed up my rotation midpoint in the year. I'll talk about that a few times probably in this video, but I changed it so that I would, instead of focusing so much on what my goals were, to just work on the closest to a finished project. And that led me to this finish and the next one, because I was working on these because they're pretty small projects. My next one, by the same designer and on the same fabric, because I figured they were kind of companionish. They're both from Studio Ghibli movies, is Totoro, also by LK Cross. I started this on May 9th, 2021. No, I wrote 2021 in my notes. May 9th, 2018 for Stitch Mania. I finished this on November 24th. So this is a new finish since my last video. I finished this November 24th, 2021. So here's my progress since last video. And here is my progress now since the beginning of the year. So you can see there was not very much work done at the beginning of the year, but it's a small project, so definitely finishable within the year. So yeah, I think there was 1 or 2 years in there where I didn't stitch on that at all. So that was finish number 5 out of 5. Now we're going to go on to my works in progress. Instead of showing you those in the order of when I finished, because I didn't finish them, I'm going to show them to you in the order of when I started them. So I've got 10 works in progress now. My first and oldest WIP is, and I do have actually progress on this since last time, because this was called for WIPGO in December. This is, and I'll have to show you a picture up here. This is 12 Days of Christmas by Teresa Wensler. I started this on May 4th, 2021. First, again, the year. I shouldn't just read what I wrote. I started this on May 4th, 2018 for Stitch Mania. I'm stitching these on a 28 count ivory Monaco. So first off, let me show you what I worked on since last time. And pardon all the strings. So this is day 3. So since last time, and I think since the beginning of the year, I think I just had the border done. I finished days 1 and 2. I'll show you those briefly here. Finished those before the start of the year. So here are days 1 and 2. And this year I worked also on the border for day 4. So here's day 4's border. I do plan to finish these separately as ornaments when they're all done. And so my goal for this year was to have finished the 3rd day and the day 4 border. Obviously, I didn't finish the 3rd day, so I didn't meet that goal, but I'm not too far from it. I mean, I think I've gotten about halfway up the chicken, the hen, I guess. So yeah, these are nice. I have to stitch these in hand, so they're kind of portable, but a little tiny because they're all over 1 pretty much. And like everything else, the ability to purchase this pattern is linked below. On Patterns Online is where I got that. Let's see, my second WIP is I started on May 6th, 2018. See, we're getting through the Stitch Mania. This is Winter White Santa. Oh gosh, glare. Sorry. Winter White Santa by Mirabilia. 2 Christmassy things right in a row, right? And let's see. Did I work on this since last time? No, I didn't. So I'm just going to show you my progress on this since the beginning of the year. So here's, here, let me show you the whole where I'm at. And so this is on a 32 count Lugana in a hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie. I don't remember the colorway. So here's where I am since the start of the year. As you can tell, I came down and finished the top half, did the Christmas tree. My goal was just to finish the top half of this year, top half of this project this year, and I kind of did that, although I'm saying it's probably a little less than 50% done before I got to the tree because his robes are really, really big. And he's got a lot of bling and sparkle. I did do a color conversion for his skin because he looked really pasty white, so I made him black actually. And there's about, even though it's only about 20 stitches, it's probably about 10 different colors for his face. So that was an experiment. But I like the way he turned out. I really do. There's another project coming up where I had some trouble with a color conversion on the skin, and I'll talk about that when I get to it. But anyway. And I'm not talking about my upcoming goals for any of these projects because I don't have them. Halfway through the year, I think I mentioned this, I got burned out by some of my goals being too lofty. And so I decided not to set specific goals other than, just touch all my projects. Be nice if I could finish a few things here and there, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't. This is a hobby. It's meant to be fun. So my next work in progress, we're done with the 2018 Mania things. I started this on July 24th, 2018 now. And this is European Bistro by Dimensions. And let's see, did I work on this? Yes, I did. So this is called For November WIPGO. So here it is as a whole. And so I'm going to kind of back it up a little bit so I can show you progress since last time, which was, 2 months ago. But again, I worked on this in November for, I think, like a week. And then progress since the beginning of the year. So as you can see, I made quite a bit of progress this year on this project. It's big though. Lots of backstitch, and I'm backstitching as I go, except for the French knots. I'm saving those for the end since I'm using a Q-snap and I don't want to crush them. But let's see. So my goal was to finish the left half of this, and obviously I accomplished that. So this line down the middle, oops, is the halfway point here. So I've been I was feathering it, so hopefully it doesn't show pull on anything, but it, and there's still a little bit more to go on the right here too. And then, yeah. So my next project, so that's the end of my, oh no, wait, one more from 2018 WIPs. So my next project is actually kind of sadly a little burned out about this one, by this one too, because of massive amounts of frogging I have to do. This is Star Trek by Pixel Power. I'm just going to insert pictures here of what the finished pieces look like. I started this on, and I'm doing the five series that my husband likes. I started them on November 14th, 2018. I'm stitching these on a 28 count white Lugana, and I guess first I'll show you Enterprise because that's done. I think that was done at the beginning of the year. I charted the logo myself, and I was doing the same thing for the original series, which is here, but I did it kind of off center, massive frogging, and then I started doing them in the right spot. So yeah, this was travel project for drums for a little bit. Oh yeah, and I have a little bit on the original series too for the people from that. Since this is nice and small, was travel project. However, I have not been stitching a whole lot when I drop my son off at drums. Usually, well, first of all, it's sometimes my husband, sometimes my parents who are doing it. But the main reason is, mostly I've been just running over to the store instead of stitching while he's in drums. So that's the reason. One of these days I'll pick that back up again. Actually, for my goals, I plan to touch all my projects next year. Maybe even decide if I want to UFO them, although I don't know if I would UFO that. It's still fun. I just need to do the frogging, get that over with. By the way, if you're new, frogging is when you have to rip stitches out. So they say you rip it out. Haha. My husband thought that was funny. Okay, so my next week, now we're getting to 2019 starts, which I only have one of, is, I'm working on The Castle by Teresa Wensler. And this one is unfortunately not available anymore for purchase directly from the sellers that sold it. You can still find it pretty easily on eBay and other secondhand markets. I am stitching this on, I started this on March 2nd, 2019. I am stitching this on I ordered 32 count Lugana in Mercedes by Picture This Plus. It came out to be about 36 count. I measured 39 stitches to the inch, or 39 holes to the inch. I am doing a Kreinik blend, or I'll hold it up while I talk. A Kreinik blending filament conversion, so it's on the Teresa Wensler website, where I'm just kind of stitching over most of the dragon stitches with a blending filament to give it a little sparkle. This was called the November WIPGO, so I actually have progress since last time, which this is for me a slow project because it's a lot of blends and the blending filament adds an extra step, but it is very enjoyable. And I also, so here's my project progress since the beginning of the year. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. My goal for this one was to finish the wing, which I did, and to finish the leg and the rocks and stuff above it. So I didn't quite finish the leg, as you can see in the body down here on the left side. So, but yeah, this is a fun one. It's real pretty, I think. I like it anyway. But just slow. And so that's all. That was my one and only 2019 WIP. I now have one and only 2020 WIP to show. And this one is also my biggest project. I'll insert a picture up here because that's just easier. This is the Accolade, which is a painting by Edmund Layton, and that's the chart that I have is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this on February 5th, 2020, and I'm stitching it. Here, I'll hold it up now. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Joblin, 1/1 full cross. And so I have not worked on this at all in the second half of 2021, but here is my progress since the beginning of the year. And my goal was to stitch 10 pages. I didn't quite meet that goal. Actually, I had two goals. One was to stitch 10 pages for WIPGO. The other was 21,000 stitches in 2021. I did meet that second one. So kind of halfway met the goals there. But now that I'm pulling this out, I really want to work on it again. The reason I got so burned out on it is because my WIPGO goals were like a page a month, every month it was called. And I'm doing the large format pages, so it's like maybe, like 5,000 or so stitches. But it's still a lot for me, especially when I'm working and stuff. So I will probably pick that back. Well, I'll definitely pick it back up again in 2022 because I'm forcing myself to touch all my projects. It's just, will I get the same momentum? Probably not. My next project, so now we're going to get into the 2021 starts that I have. So these were things that I started this year. There are 4 that are still WIPs. So I won't have specific goals for these or a starting point from the start of the year. Some of them I'll have progress since last time. So this is Queen of Freedom by Mirabilia. I started this on January 20th, 2021 for Inauguration Day. Sorry. So here's where I'm at right now. And I do actually have some progress on this since last time. So here, I'll show that to you first. I'm stitching this on 32 count Lugana in the We the People print from Fabric Flair. This got called for December WIPGO, and I actually did not meet that goal, which was to stitch on it for 6 days because I spent most of that time frogging, and I don't count that, or I'm not counting that. So this is the one I'm trying to do a color conversion on for her skin, and I'm also doing it over 1. I stitched her arm and picked it out, like I think 3 times, because I just did not like the way each one I'm trying worked out. So I think I might just give up on the color conversion and go with what was charted, since I'm probably trying to do too much here. But Mirabilias tend to stitch up pretty fast for me because they're blocks of color compared to, like, say, Teresa Wentzler designs, and I think they're really pretty in the end. And I love this design. I want it to look nice, so I'm sure there are people who are much more talented at doing color conversions than I am, and I'm just going to go with what trust the designer here. So my next start from 2021, there are 4, so that was number 1 of my starts, other than the 2 I finished and showed earlier. This one I started on February 3rd, 2021. This is the Karamos Bestiary Stitch Along by Ingleside Imaginarian. So there's some new ones since last time, probably, so let me show that to you. I have been keeping up with this. It's a mystery Sal, and these are Greek mythological creatures that that 1 per month, and starting in March. So there's 2 more left, 1 January, 1 February next year. That will be released. So I'm done for now, obviously. I should probably warn you, there's some body parts. But yeah, so if you don't like looking at body parts, close your eyes or fast forward. But yeah, so the 2 that are new, I think, since last time are Minotaur and Ketos. And I don't remember if I had stitched Kerberos since last time or not, but This one is quite enjoyable, and I always try to start on it as early as I can in the month. So that one has been fun to do. And my next project, unfortunately, not as much. This one, I have to keep looking at my notes. I don't have this stuff memorized. So I started this Alphabet by La Di Da on June 24th, 2021. And I'm doing this on a 40 count linen. I don't have any before and after to show you. Not too much. I'm doing this also with the called for NPI silks, just to try it. I mean, there were only I think 4 colors, so it wasn't that expensive. And I was going to make this as the gift for the teacher that I did the love paw for, and I changed my mind. So that's why I've totally lost steam on this, because alphabet samplers are not really my cup of tea. I think they're pretty, but I might UFO that. I don't know. It's so small, though. I'm just like, if I just sat down and finished it, like, it wouldn't take me too long, I don't think. Or to get to finish it, I mean. And my last start, I have loads of steam on. I've been stitching on this one quite a bit. This is Glory in the Morning by Crosswing Collection. It's a very large project, but very enjoyable. So I'm stitching this one on the 28 count fabric that was specifically dyed for this. So I do have progress since last time. So as you can see, I finished. I don't remember where I was in my last video. You can see it. I don't remember if I'd finished that first sunflower or not, but obviously since last time I've definitely done the second sunflower and that second bird, which is a goldfinch. And I am now over on the left side working on a leaf. I'll probably put this right back on my scroll rod and go right back to town with it, because I am just full of momentum for this right now. So what else do I have to say about this? That's it. So yeah, very enjoyable, but it's huge, so a lot of fabric. And it goes through the different colorways from the company. See, it gets greener and darker as it goes, but this is one of my biggest projects, but lots of momentum on it. So for 2022, I'm going to talk briefly about my goals for it before I show you my WIPGO board. I'm doing a lot of sweewee, stitch what you want when you want, because of the momentum thing, and I also, I'm doing this because I like it, not because it's a job or anything. So I've let most of my spaces are like, stitch on, your least favorite project, which I know doesn't sound good, but just to give to, or UFO it, or start to FFO something, or they're very, very laid back, relaxed. Stitch on one of the 2018 WIPs. Stitch on one of the 2021 WIPs. Things like that. And stitch on a Mirabilia. There are a few that are, stitch on a specific project. And I do have all of my projects in there, since there are 10 of them only. I feel like 8 to 10 WIPs is my comfort zone, or 8 to 12 WIPs is my comfort zone, probably. So I think I could probably do a couple more. So I've got a few starts in there as well. Hoping to finish some too, although a lot of my big ones are the ones that I want to stitch on now anyways. Like I said, I could probably finish Alphabet pretty quickly. But I might, and who knows, I might also UFO it. That's it. I'm not going to show you new purchases or haul. I've got some fabrics and stuff, but there's not much to share there. I hope you all had an enjoyable time watching this. I keep saying that, enjoyable, don't I? I hope you all had a good time. And I hope you have a happy new year. Remember to think critically and get vaccinated, get boosted if you can. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to share with you my WIPGO board to demonstrate it a little bit. And I'll have a link to a template in the description box below. When you click on that template, if you wish to use it, it will be a link to a read-only copy of a blank WIPGO board like this. You'll need to either copy it to your own Google Drive, or you might be able to save it as an Excel or other spreadsheet format, but I haven't tested that yet. But I'm going to show you A, what's on my board for my own goals for next year, and B, how to use my WIPGO board. So as you can see, these are the goals for each thing. We have I have a lot of SWE type things where I can just pick a project. Some of these are my specific WIPs, but others are not, and I don't have any very specific goals. I just have stitch for a certain number of days. The way that you add things to my board is you go down here and there's a detail tab, and you put the project in here and the goal, a short version of the goal here. And this won't show to the board, but then they will appear on the board. So for example, for the first one, if I wanted to change this to be like, you know, it will show up here. I'm going to change that back to my 2018 WIP. But and you also track the status on this page. One thing I want to show you is the conditional formatting that I have set up. I have it just like the way that Jessie Marie does on her, or the way that she wanted it to be, where it turns a light gray when it's called. So let's say in January, we've got cells 1 and 2 are called. As you can see, they've turned a light gray. If you finish something early, you'll put it in this goal status. Well, not early, but when you complete that goal, and it will turn a dark gray. And then when a cell is called, let's do this one. Let's say in February, this one is called, and I meet that goal. Then we get this complete here, and then it turns black. So the way for my own personal goals, I'm going to make sure that I stitch this number of days, the 5 days or the 7 days in that month. So I won't ever have the situation where I've met the goal before the month is called. Oops. I'm just going to clear this stuff out right now to go back to plain board. Now I'm going to talk to you about the free space here in the middle. I actually want to set a goal for that month. So starting a small project. If you want to use my board and you want to make this a free space, oops, all you need to do is for number 13, just write complete here. You can put like free. Clear this stuff out. All you have to do is writing that complete. We'll just do this. So do some of those things. So I can go back to my plain board. For myself, I am not going to do any rewards. I pushed myself too hard in 2021, and so I probably already talked about that in my main video. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Feel free to post a comment if you have any questions, but you know, if you want to use this, that's totally cool. If you don't, you know, good luck to you on your WIPGO journey. If you don't use WIPGO, you know, hopefully you're enjoying watching mine. Back to my video now. Bye.